Everybody knows by now that 3 days ago, Jake Haro, the father of the missing 7th, allegedly 9-month-old baby boy, Emmanuel Haro, was in court and he was changing his plea from not guilty to guilty, but he was sitting there crying. No, nobody feels bad for you. You took a perfectly healthy 10-week-old newborn baby and hurt her so bad that she's now physically disabled for the rest of her life. What is wrong with the state of California that they are so lenient on something like this that you were able to be free to go marry again and have more children? Which brings me to my entire point. This has always drove me crazy about this, because if you do just a preliminary timeline, let alone a very accurate timeline of events regarding a true crime case, or in the event of Emmanuel Haro missing, and Jake Haro's previous charges. Had he been in prison, he wouldn't have been free to then impregnate another woman or a new wife to then have Emmanuel Haro. And that is the tragedy. That is the part that is really hard to digest, because that baby did not stand a chance either way. Had he been locked up before, he wouldn't have been free to have Emmanuel Haro. He wouldn't have been born. And the fact that he was free posed such a threat to that baby's life that he doesn't have a life anymore. But the audacity that it takes to sit there in court and cry, knowing that they still have not recovered any part of that child's remains to be able to put him to rest appropriately. Because if you don't know basic geography, well, if you dump a small infant anywhere in the state of Florida, California, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, that heat can be brutal. Look at the event of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. It could be not even 3 weeks, and an entire body can be nothing but bone. And then animals can then scavenge on those bones and spread them, even eating them, therefore leaving limited or no remains at all. And Rebecca Haro, yeah, she deserves to be charged. Not only did she lie to law enforcement officers, but that lie is the pretext that you need to understand that she had knowledge of what happened, even if it was after the fact. And that still makes her guilty and culpable for lying to law enforcement officers and trying to cover up what Jake Haro did. That is, if they have a hard time proving that she had a direct hand in what happened. But feel bad for Jake? Never. I spent my whole life trying to protect my kids from monsters just like that.